Hi, welcome back. I was away for a little while and then I got COVID, so this is a little bit delayed, but we got two community updates to go over, Community Update 5 and Community Update 6. So this video is going to be on number 5 and talking about like what kind of stuff is upcoming, and then we'll get into the patch notes in another video. So let's get into it. Rejects. Since releasing Warhammer 40,000 Darktide last week, Tertium has become a popular travel destination for many of you. It's very humbling to see this level of excitement and know that we appreciate the support. That said, we also know that our launch was challenging for many players who had issues, some of which we are still working through. Yeah. Our commitment remains the same for all players to enjoy our game. Our hope is that many of you can see the progress towards this commitment in the past few weeks, having released 8 hotfixes and updates since the pre-order beta launch, 4 of which were released since full launch last week. This isn't to say we have addressed everything. In fact, we are not fully satisfied and still have work to do. Our biggest update yet will land next week and will include further improvements, additional weapons, fixes, private sessions, and more. In today's update, we want to address a few questions from the community as well as talk about what's to come in our next community update on Wednesday, December 14th. That one is actually getting delayed till today, December 15th. More weapons. One of the key things you pointed out to us was a desire for more weapons. We had planned to offer more weapons at launch and are taking the first steps in this direction by adding the following: the Indignatus Mark 4E Crusher and the Ackless Mark 1 Power Maul. Okay, cool. Commodore's Vestures in-game store. We heard your feedback on the store loud and clear, and we are making adjustments to how Aquilas are packaged. We are working on adding an 2400 Aquilas pack to the store, which will arrive next week. We will also add 100 Aquilas packs within the next few weeks, allowing players to buy smaller fractions of Aquilas. In addition, we are also going to change other functionalities of the store over time. Okay, that is really nice because the way it was priced before was kind of predatory. You couldn't buy the exact amount that you needed to unlock something. So now that you can do that, you're not going to have wasted money, which isn't going to incentivize you to buy even more Aquilas. That's good. Good change. Crafting system. In our next content update, we'll add the refine item functionality to our crafting system. This functionality will allow you to replace one perk on a curio or a weapon. The same perk slot can be replaced multiple times, but will block replacing other perks on the same item. This is the next step in building out our crafting system. Okay, so that's, I mean, it's good that they're making progress, but this is very annoying that it's just like, there's like 4 options in game for crafting, right? And they're just adding one of them. And then the way it works is that it blocks the other perks from being changed ever. Like, that's just really annoying. Make it so you can change all of them, you know? Like, let people make the perfect weapon. Like, who's gonna get hurt? It's a co-op game. Just, okay. So, good, but not good. Private, excuse me, private play and solo. Starting next week with 2 or more players in the strike team, players will be able to opt into playing privately via the mission board. This will prevent players who are not friends of a strike team member from hot joining the squad during a mission in progress. Okay, this is cool. This is actually really nice if you want to just like speed run tier 1 missions and you don't want to be worried about other people like slowing you down or being inconvenienced by you running past all the enemies. So that's pretty nice. It's also nice for people that aren't as confident and want to like learn the game at their own pace, right? If the squad is all disconnected and a player is left alone when the reservation time expires, the mission will become public. Okay. As for solo mode, we are actively working on it. While it technically could work now, we are not happy with its state yet, and we want to ensure the solo experience lives up to your expectations. Right now it does not, and we would do the game a disservice by implementing it. I'm assuming they mean that the bots are just always stock veterans, and they would like it if you could have like Psyker, Zealot, and Ogren bots as well. That would be my guess as to what they're talking about. Because like if you join a mission and you don't have any teammates, you're basically playing solo anyway, right? But it is kind of bland because it's just 3 dudes with shovels. Let's see. Emotes. Many players have asked us for more interesting ways to interact with people in the Morningstar. Near term, we will be introducing the ability for your characters to use an emote in the hub. Players will be able to customize this emote wheel in the cosmetics menu for that character. Okay, but a For the Emperor button. While we don't have a For the Emperor emote yet, we're most certainly asking the team about it, you know, for the Emperor. Okay, yeah, cool. Doesn't bother me. One of my friends was actually like, yeah, there needs to be more ways to interact in the hub. So definitely nice to see that. Progression siloing and shared ordo dockets. This is a big one. Since launch, we've seen feedback from many players requesting shared progression across characters to ensure a smoother progression loop. Our designers are taking this feedback seriously and are discussing how to best implement a solution that meets our players' desires and gameplay goals while also striking a balance with the game's design intent. This is a sizable endeavor and its feasibility is still unknown. We hope to be able to share more information on its progress at a later time. Alright, so if they can do this, this is huge, because then the game will be more like Vermintide, right? Like you just have one shared inventory for all your stuff, shared income, whatever. Because right now, like as it stands, like theoretically, if you had 4 level 30 characters, you would have to go do contracts on all 4 of them every week to try and get them all the best gear, and that grind would just be insane. I mean, I fucking play video games and stream and make YouTube videos full time, and like I have trouble getting the contracts done sometimes because it's just such a grind. So like I can't imagine trying to do that on more than one character. And then on top of that, it's also just annoying. Like if you have let's say you're on your zealot and you loot like a really cool lasgun, it's like, well, this would be great on my veteran, but it's on a zealot. I don't want to use a lasgun on a zealot. So you kind of just have like a lot of wasted items. And then also curios too. Like it'd be nice to be able to share them. So I'm really, really hoping they can do this, because I think this will just make the game a lot nicer to play. Penances. We've been working closely with our community support team on how you all feel about penances in the game and some of the pain points surrounding them. There's been a lot of feedback to pour through, but we found there's a disconnect between how we phrase the requirements of some penances and the criteria to achieve them, making them more frustrating for players than we intended. I like that sentence kind of implies that they wanted it to be frustrating, but more frustrating than we intended. Based on the feedback received from the support team, we're currently working through solutions to make penances smoother and more enjoyable for players. This is far from everything. We have a full list of patch notes and some more updates for you next week. Thank you, Rejects at Darktide team. Okay, so yeah, penances. Some of these are real stupid, and you can only get them if you go out of your way and get your entire team to help you get them. Some of them are just insanely difficult, and it's kind of unrealistic that you'd ever get them naturally. So this is nice. And then on top of that, some of them just have inaccurate descriptions. Like I know one of them on the Zealot and the Veteran Sharpshooter, like it says you need to do it on Malice difficulty, but you actually need to do it on Heresy difficulty. So that'd be nice. Make your descriptions match up what it's supposed to do. And by the way, on a penance that people have trouble with, Abhor the Mutant, I have a video on that one. So check that out, because that's another one where people are having a lot of trouble with it. The description says one thing, the Steam description says another thing, and the game kind of, I don't know, sort of wants you to do it, but it's not even entirely clear how exactly it works. So maybe that video will help you out. Anyway, that's it for this update. So we'll do another video on Community Update 6 next, and this one is going to be much longer. And this is going to have the juicy bits in it. So I'll link that at the end of this video, and I will see you in that one. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, I stream on Twitch at Mr. of TV, and I make a lot of other Darktide videos, so there'll be a playlist at the end of this video. Alright, thanks. Have a good one.